1 2 1 2, what's going on? It's your boy DJ TLM. You're watching DJ TLM TV, and this video is all about MCing as a DJ. Now, let me put this away. We don't need this. I received a question. I think it was from JR, and he wanted to know if there's ways to improve his MCing while he's DJing. He's not a shy person, but when it comes to MCing, sometimes he starts to stutter and freezes up a bit. And I definitely understand where you're coming from. What people have to realize is that MCing is a craft on its own. It's not just holding a microphone and saying some words. So this is a skill you have to acquire. I mean, you don't have to, but I do have to say that it's a good skill to have if you're a DJ. Because MCing is a different thing. It has nothing to do with playing music, but it's definitely a good skill to acquire, to have in your arsenal, to be able to do that yourself. There's going to be a lot of parties where there will be an MC at the party, a host, someone who can do all the communication and get the crowd more involved. But there's going to be times when there is no MC, or where there's an MC that you definitely don't want to have holding a microphone during your set because he sucks. And that happens a lot too. And in that case, I'd rather have no one there instead of a weak MC speaking through my music at the wrong times. But this is something I had to learn myself too, because like I said, it's a craft on its own. And once you hold that microphone, you are the master of ceremony. You have to control that mic, control that crowd. So I had to learn, and it's definitely something else. This is like being back in school and speaking in front of class. I mean, I was not a shy person, but when I had to speak in front of class, it definitely had me feeling nervous. And I had the same feeling when I first started to MC during my sets, because I was comfortable DJing. I had learned that skill, and I knew how to do that. But when you have to suddenly maybe stop the music, grab the microphone, have that whole crowd looking at you, it's a different story, and I had to get used to that as well. So it's a good skill to have, but don't feel that you need to be able to do this. If this is nothing for you, if you know that holding a microphone and speaking to people is not your thing at all, don't force it. The DJing is and always will be the most important thing. You're not booked and you're not put on the flyer as MC. You're there as DJ. So that's the most important thing. So let that always be priority number one. Make sure that you're on point when it comes to your musical performance. But if you think that it's something that you would like to be able to do, because you see the effect that it can have if you are able to communicate with the crowd, it's a good skill to acquire, and you just have to practice. Because what's important when it comes to MCing is you have to radiate confidence. And confidence isn't something that you can just learn by practicing a little bit. This is something that you have to gain through experience. It's going to make you more confident. Of course, you can practice at home. You can grab that microphone or grab a bottle of shampoo, whatever, and be in front of the mirror and practice some lines. I would advise you to actually practice a couple of lines, some standard lines that you can use. For instance, for me, I play hip hop and I do live shows with Brain Power. So one of my things with the live shows, I always start the music and I'm the first one to speak. I have my microphone. So with Brain Power shows, a lot of times it's a hip hop show. I can start, and one of my first things may be to introduce myself. So I'll be on stage. What's up, guys? It's DJ TLM. Normally in Holland, I'll do it in Dutch, but I'll do it in English right now. So, what's up, guys? My name is DJ TLM. If you like hip hop music, put one hand in the air. And you have your first little communication with the crowd, little interaction going on. And if you're ready for Brain Power, let me hear you say, hey, and maybe start the music then. But that's a couple of standard lines, and you can practice stuff like that. So it doesn't have to be in line like that, but don't feel that you have to freestyle when you first start to do this in front of a crowd. Know what you're going to say. And like I said, confidence is important. You can't really practice that, but you can work on it. And if you're not, even if you're not confident, try to act. At least act as if you're very confident, because that's important. You have to also speak with a little bit of authority when you hold and grab that mic and speak. It has to be that people really want to listen to you. And it's going to be a little bit harder if you're not known. If you're a well-known, super famous DJ, they're already happy to hear you speak. So you can see that with the big names. even with the EDM DJs, it doesn't matter. They can grab the mic and sound silly as whatever, but the crowd will still appreciate it because their favorite DJ is speaking to them. But if you're not that famous, it might be a little bit different. So you're gonna have to command a little bit of respect and practice that at home and try it out. But don't feel you have to do too much. Start out with as little as possible. Maybe even if it's just to introduce yourself before your first track, say your name and maybe whatever. Going out to all my party people, start the track. Start simple. Don't do too much. And choose your moments. I don't MC a lot during my gigs, but I definitely like to grab the mic sometimes, especially when I feel that it can add something. Or, pretty important for a lot of DJs out there, because I get this question a lot, if you want to make a transition and switch genres or switch between styles that are way apart when it comes to their tempo, their BPM. So if you're playing at 120 BPM, but you want to go into some trap at 140, or you want to go into some 90 BPM hip hop, whatever, that's a perfect time to stop that last EDM track at 120, stop it, grab that microphone. All right, how's everybody doing out there? Yo, this next one's going out to the ladies. Ladies, where you at? Let me hear you. Boom, start the next track. Or if it's a trap song, address the crowd, but it's a perfect moment to stop the music so you don't have to make that transition with a mix, but make it through your MCing. So that could help you out as well. So I use it for stuff like that, or maybe if I have a special track and it's a dedication, like one of my favorite artists may have passed away and I want to give them a little tribute. I don't just want to start playing their music. I want to let it be known that this is going out to my favorite artist and say the name, whatever. Even if it's a James Brown when he passed away, like, yo, this is going out to James Brown, rest in peace, when he passed away. And then I played like whatever, 4 or 5 James Brown joints. Or with Michael Jackson, same thing when he passed away, you know. You can just play the tracks and people will still appreciate it. But when you stop the music and when MJ died, it's like, okay, this is going out to MJ. The whole crowd was already feeling it. Yeah, and when you play the track then, it has even more impact. So it can definitely add something to your DJ sets. So I hope this makes sense. And like, this is not a tutorial on how to be a good MC. I'm just trying to give you a couple of points to think about. So most importantly, let me repeat that. If you're going to do this, make sure that you radiate confidence and a little bit of authority. Don't say too much. And if you don't feel this is for you, don't do it. Don't do it. Because if it comes across like you don't mean it or don't want to do it, it's not going to help the vibe and it's not going to be a good look. And music is the most important thing. So then you just focus on the music. But if you do want to do it, it could be a good addition to your skill set. So I hope this helps you out. If you have more questions, you know where to reach me, DJTLM TV at DJTLM.com. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already so you don't miss out on any of the future videos. And I'll be back tomorrow. Peace out.